This is Fox 9 News with Robin Robinson, Jeff Passolt, and meteorologist Janie Peterson.
Well, if you get emailed, then chances are you've gotten one of those Nigerian scam letters.
They promise you thousands of dollars in return for being a good Samaritan. Tonight, the Fox 9 investigators show us a different side of the scams. Jacqueline McLean reports on how the crooks are getting a taste of their own con.
It's absolutely organized crime.
We go after the scammers. We call ourselves baiters.
Dear friend, I have $8 million.
Their ultimate goal is to steal your money.
Help us claim $19 million.
Some of the stories are very, very convincing.
We will compensate you $4.2 million.
This is a get-rich-quick scheme.
Nigerian scam letters all promise you tons of cash.
Almost $50,000.
Meet Skip, Nick, and Mark. In their spare time, they're scam baiters. Good guys who con scam artists. They go after Nigerian scammers.
These people are dangerous.
Which is why the baiters won't let us use their real names.
We're underground in many ways.
Mark doesn't even want his face seen.
It's not unheard of to have somebody show up at work one day looking for you.
Baiters bait scammers by making them believe they are interested in making money.
Scam baiting is equal parts vigilante justice and having fun.
Scammers obviously never pick up on the funny names baiters bait under.
The name I'm a scammer, which when you say it real quick sounds like I'm a scammer.
I've used Father Patio Furniture.
You can type your way into the world of scam baiting. 419eater.com is a popular site. 419 is also the criminal code for fraud in Nigeria. Baiters estimate tens of thousands of Nigerian scams is sent by email. Finding victims is easy.
If you've ever registered in a guest book online, they'll set up fake websites to have you register. They will hack their way into, popular sites.
Here's a typical Nigerian letter.
I have $8 million belonging to my late father. I need the help of a foreigner. I have a nice percentage of the money for you.
The baiters simply turn the cards on the scammers.
And we'll send out a Western Union receipt to them that looks authentic.
I've had them go to the Western Union pickup place 10 times with fake Western Union numbers.
Baiters also use enticing, often outrageous stories to lure in their bait.
I've portrayed characters as diverse as the Minister of Propaganda for the Basque separatist movement.
I might bait as a rich construction magnate. Anytime I can smell cash, they really perk up.
And will undergo ridiculous 20 to 50-page questionnaires. In this bait, the scammer is asked, please define supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Scammer.
I have no idea.
Or, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Scammer.
Honestly, I don't know what is a woodchuck.
It's one of the favorite questions is why do birds suddenly appear whenever you're near?
In other baits, scammers are asked to take pictures posing with fish, a loaf of bread on their head, even holding a sign asking what's 419. Remember, that's the Nigerian criminal code for fraud. The trick is to waste as much of the scammer's time as possible.
We're keeping them from getting to a real victim.
Some baits have lasted a year.
We use their terminology against them, the way they use it against us.
While each scam letter contains a different story, it's the same cry for help.
Most of what they do is scripted.
The goal is to get them off script. Another baiter's trick? Call the scammer by phone.
Dialing.
Which is what Mark did.
Hello?
With the Nigerian email we gave him that came through to the Fox 9 investigators.
Is this Mr. Lewis?
Our scammer is Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis is a typical 419 scammer. He's claiming that his father died and he was a millionaire. He needs my help to get the money out of Amsterdam.
We started baiting more than a month ago. It's still going on. This is a stack of email correspondence between our baiter and scammer who now wants us to fly to Amsterdam to meet him. Sounds absurd? It happens all the time.
Sammy came into the airport.
This scammer met this Twin Cities woman, Robin, at the airport in Amsterdam.
They ended up taking us through the back door and down into a garage area.
She flew alone with $3,000 she borrowed from a friend.
We got up into a room that I likened to a truck-like stop area.
Robin's $3,000 was to be used to help release millions of dollars the scammer supposedly had in trust.
So the suitcase came out and was full of money and wrapped in cellophane. All 20s.
For helping out, Robin stood to make a small fortune.
Then as I looked around the room, I was faced with 4 men that I don't really know.
She was very, very lucky. That woman could have very easily lost her life.
Robin left Amsterdam empty-handed. U.S. Secret Service agent John Kurtwood says Nigerian scams are nothing to play with. It is organized crime.
We've had American citizens killed and hurt, imprisoned, kidnapped.
And the scammers are not just overseas.
They've got gangs in the United States.
Which is why baiters bait anonymously and never use personal emails.
We always use false names. We have found email providers that do not give out information about you.
While the baiters don't get conned, many victims do.
They're all over the board. They've been doctors, they've been lawyers.
Single mother of 3 who cashed over $120,000 in fraudulent money orders.
The scammers can be clever. They now pay thousands for stolen checks like this one from the state of California. And they set up fake bank websites that look legit, which the baiters continually shut down. But it's the lure of free money that many can't resist.
How do they hook people in?
Greed. They win your confidence.
A lot of people don't want to admit that they've been scammed.
The problem is too big for any one law enforcement agency to handle full time, which is why the baiters started baiting. They see themselves as the victim's front line of defense, while those with badges do what they can.
Preventative medicine is our best approach at this time, trying to let people know up front that these are all scams.
There are more than 50,000 baiters estimated to be online. Quietly, they are now working with law enforcement to make arrests.
In the grand scheme, we're making a dent.
For every baiter out there, there's got to be 1,000 scammers.
It is a wild, wild west. And, you know, we are sometimes called vigilantes.
The baiters recently helped in a major arrest of scammers in Spain. The scammers have now started to spread out, making themselves at home in the U.S., Amsterdam, and Canada. To read more about scam baiting, go to our website, fox9.com. Jacqueline McLean, the Fox 9 investigators.
All right, thanks, Jackie. You know, it is hard. They say don't go into any email if it's from somebody you don't know. We get a lot of those here.
Yeah, and a lot of people have bleeding hearts. They want to help out. They get conned. Just don't answer.
Well, coming up, KG ejected from the game. You heard us talk about it earlier. A fan carried out on a stretcher. More details later in Sports Primetime.
It's Mardi Gras, and the party is just getting started in the Big Easy.
And up next, they are one step closer to separation. New information about those conjoined twins from Fargo. Stick around.
Sorry.